All right, little NFL power video real quick, man, and then I'll make my predictions for the divisional round in the playoffs. I was terrible last week, but hey, we'll try again this week. But hey, let's talk about two topics. Let's talk about the kind of the limited and only 3 black coaches left in the NFL and how the Rooney Rule is really not helping. All right, and let's talk about Terrell Owens saying that the Cowboys need to dump Dak and pick up Tom Brady if they want to be successful. Let's start off with the Cowboy news. Yesterday Terrell Owens called in to a Dallas Cowboy radio station or sports station down there in the Dallas Cowboy area or Cowboy country, and basically said that Jerry Jones ain't committed to Prescott. So if he ain't committed to Prescott, why not, pick up Tom Brady? All right, they both are free agents. It's been believed that the Cowboys probably would tag Dak. It was a rumor that Dak wanted $40 million. I talked to a few Cowboy people, and that's not true. The Cowboys did the same thing to Dez Bryant, saying he wanted an astronomical number, but it wasn't true. So I heard that Dak really did want $40 million, and that's just a negotiation ploy from Jerry Jones, all right, to make him look bad in the media. But the only person they committed to out of the big 3 that they have offensively is Ezekiel Elliott. All right, he had a good year, but it wasn't a fantastic year by the standards which he got paid for, and it wasn't a great year for the Dallas Cowboys. All right, they're going to get in there and get the West Coast system popping with Mike McCarthy. But personally, do I want to mortgage the future for the not a sure thing with Tom Brady and see if you can bring a Super Bowl here and then have to start the process over in a year or two to find a quarterback again? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they didn't know Prescott was going to be as dynamic as he was. I wouldn't do it. I'll ride it out with Prescott, see what McCarthy can do with Prescott. I don't think Prescott a bad quarterback. I don't think you need everything perfect around Prescott for everything to go right, in my opinion. I just think they need some structure. Can McCarthy be there to give structure? Yeah, if he's allowed to coach, and Jerry Jones just stay out the way. You know, McCarthy is a good coach. I think he's a slight upgrade above Jason Garrett. When I say slight upgrade, that has something to do with Jerry Jones poking his nose in. All right, McCarthy can coach offense. He can call the plays. He's a good play caller. I watched him for 13 seasons in the NFC North Country. I'm a Detroit Lions fan, so check out my Detroit channel if you want to, if you just want to keep supporting Motor City Sports Talk. And I watched him. You know, he's a good coach. He fiery. He won't clap. He'll cuss you out. He'll get mad. But at the end of the day, I say slight upgrade because Jerry Jones there. But the offense they're going to run, you know, Dak is going to put up numbers. Dak is going to do what Dak do. And Dak make plays in winning time. It's just a disconnect somewhere in the Cowboys that stopped them from winning. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that disconnect is. You know, I watch him, and it's hard to put a finger on it. But the problem with McCarthy is he don't believe in running the damn ball. And that's another reason I say that's a slight upgrade. He one of them dudes that want to air it out. And they don't throw to the back a lot neither. You see with Matt LaFleur, you know, there for Green Bay, he put his pride aside, and Aaron Rodgers put his pride aside, and they've been feeding Aaron Jones. And they've been successful. And Jamal Williams, I think the other back they got. But I'm definitely not mortgaging the future with Brady. You know, I know that'll be Skip Bayless' dream. He might have an orgasm live on TV, but in my opinion, I'm cool. I'm cool with Dak. I'm looking to see if I can get a good tight end there. But other than that, I like Gallup. I like Cobb. I like Amari Cooper. I like the offensive line. You know, I think just need a little bit of structure defensively. But I'm not mortgaging a talent like Dak and then letting Tom Brady come in. Now, if you tell me Dak goes on and play for another 12, 15 years, he don't get a title, and Brady can bring you a title. If you could predict the future, I'm pretty sure Jerry would give a title up, rather get a title with Brady than not get one with Dak Prescott. So, like I said, man, from T.O. perspective, he may be right in the short term. He may be right because this Dallas Cowboy team is way more talented than the New England Patriots offense. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, maybe Brady come in. Do you run an offense that make Brady tick though? You know, and Brady is something to prove that he's not a system player. He better than without New England. Bill Belichick got something to prove that he don't need Brady to win. And it's his system. They can plug him and they can plug and play anybody. But you know, with Terrell Owens is saying it may not be too far fetched what some fans think. You know, but if they do believe in Dak, why not sign him? He a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He's been successful. He won all these games. He's won a division. Well, before that got here, they was an average team. They had some highs where, you know, they made the playoffs and it got jerked versus Green Bay. I will admit that was a catch by Dez. But, you know, it's always something. What's the bad luck hump that they can't get over? It's the question. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, from Tom Brady aspect, that might be perfect if New England don't want you back or Bill Belichick don't want you back. You go to Dallas, and not only would you submit yourself as the greatest player of all time if you get a title in Dallas, you submit yourself as not being a system player. People think he's a system player. Think that they can plug in, and that could be proven if he retired. He's not a system player. And what do I mean by that could be proven without him retiring is Bill Belichick can't just plug Jordan Stenham from Auburn in, and they don't keep winning. You know what I'm saying? If they don't win, Bill Belichick don't win another one without Brady, then it proving that Brady wasn't a system player, that the system needed Brady. You know, so Brady go down to Dallas and he want to do it that way. I mean, that's a perfect match for him. You know, great O-line, probably one of the more talented O-lines he didn't play with. I mean, Cooper, if they keep him, Zeke Elliott, you know what I'm saying? Jason Witten, if they keep him, and then the backup tight end they got, that's an upgrade of what he had over Ben Watson and lacrosse. Michael Gallup, somebody that can stretch the field. Randall Cobb, that's a perfect fit for Brady. Brady might come there and win, for sure. He go there and he's still functionable. And I don't see anything that say he out his prime. I just think he didn't have the weapons in New England. So that's something Jerry might think about. If you can get Brady at a discount and keep Dak, Dak ain't taking no backseat to Brady, though. But if you franchise tag him, he ain't got no other choice. But, hey, that's something for them to consider. It might not be too far-fetched. You know, that'd be a great place for Brady, and maybe they can sign and trade Dak somewhere and get an asset. And they will have to take a quarterback this year. But let's talk a little bit about the lack of color in the NFL when you talk about general managers and head coaches. You have 4 minority coaches. Ron Rivera is the only one that isn't black. He's, I think, Hispanic background. You only have 3 black coaches, which all reside in the AFC. Los Angeles Chargers, Anthony Lynn, one of the more frugal organizations. One of the worst organizations right now, Miami Dolphins, with Stephen Ross, and we know his stance with Donald Trump. And one of the more prominent organizations with Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin can be out of job if he didn't coach so well this year. You can make an argument that he was the coach of the year, given that he shuffled through quarterbacks and he did almost make the playoffs without Le'Veon and without Antonio Brown, and basically without Ben Roethlisberger for the majority of the season. So he coached his tail off this year. And don't forget Vance Joseph in Denver. Basically he got 2 years and then he was let go. For Vic Vigio, whatever that dude's name is. And then Steve Wilkes, he only got 1 shot at Arizona. And Cliff Kingsbury, at the end of the day, he's there, which he has no experience in. You see these Caucasian NFL coaches coming in, and they graduate assistants. They didn't even play on the NFL level, a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? In the NFL, and you got to wonder how many former NFL players want to coach is the question. Really, after you put so much work in as a player, you got to put even more work in as a coach. Some players just want to reap the benefits of their labor that they made in the NFL. So when we say about 70-80% of the league is black, but how many players really want to be coaches? I don't think too many players want to go over there and be coaches. Seriously, unless they mess their money up or they really love the game and they got nothing else to do. But coaching, and you put more work in. Ain't no offseason in coaching. You breaking down film of your 2020 opponents or next year opponents. So I don't think I gotta be real. I don't think it's a disconnect between former players that want to coach like in the NBA or in the NFL. I just think you put so much work in, and there's so much scouting, there's so much drafting, it's working with the GM. I think a lot of players just gave their life to football, and they'd rather commentate for a second, or they'd rather just enjoy the fruits of their labor, like CC Sabathia said in the retired Yankees pitcher. Said that hell no, I don't want to coach. Well, I had to come in and punch the clock again. So I don't think it's a disconnect of the league being black and black coaches. I just think that the league is just not messing with black qualified coaches like Eric what's his name? Bartholomew, I don't know, Bartholomew, whatever, Bartholomew, I don't know, the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? So it's deep. Marvin Lewis. Look what happened with him in Cincinnati. He leave and Cincinnati win 1 or 2 games, or 2 games, I think it was. You know, that just shows you the impact that he had. It's not always that Marvin Lewis wasn't a good coach. Maybe Mike Brown ain't the best owner, and I think that's known across the NFL. Marvin Lewis can coach. So, you know, I mean, that's something the NFL need to fix. You know, one's black general manager, and that's it. It was 2, but Ozzie Newsome is gone. I don't know who's the black general manager in the NFL. But a lot of these dudes ain't qualified. Eric DeBiemi, I don't know the dude name from Kansas City. I mean, he more qualified than a receiver coach and a special team coach and Joe whatever his name was that went to the Giants. You know, look at Cliff Kingsbury. Didn't even win nothing at Texas Tech. At Baylor, didn't win nothing at Baylor. As far as the national champion, I got stumped by Georgia with the Matt Rule dude that with Carolina Panthers. They got 7 years, $62 million with $70 million, could be $70 million in incentives. You know, shouldn't the Cincinnati Bengals fire that guy that got hired? Because, you know, Steve Wilkes did just as good as he did. Why ain't Leslie Frazier getting another shot? Why ain't Jim Caldwell getting another shot? It's proven that Matt Patricia messed up the Detroit Lions. It's a proven fact. You know, but they just not messing with him. That's something that the NFL Players Association, you know, they got to sit together and say, man, you know, but hey, you know, all battles is not won overnight, or really none of them. But it's the rise of the black quarterback. And it feel like to me that the NFL is trying to even it out with white owners and they trying to keep the game as white as possible. Now they white quarterbacks are falling out. You know, you got Rodgers at the end, Breeze at the end, Brady at the end, Rivers at the end, Eli at the end. Now, who really the next, you know, nice white quarterback? Andrew Luck fell off. You got this infusion of the black quarterback, Mahomes, Prescott, Lamar. Cam might make a comeback. Deshaun Watson, you know, Russell Wilson. Now you have this new age quarterback and you trying to hang on, you know, you're trying to hang on. Imagine if some of these dudes had the success that Matt Ryan's had and some of the failures, man, they'd have been moved on from now. But the leash is shorter, and the NFL need more color with ownership is the key. The NFL need color and ownership. Every great establishment, the leader or the owner is the step. And the owners are really old and they don't believe, they still in that old NFL mindset or that old Caucasian mindset that, you know, they don't believe brothers can do this or brothers can do that. If we can dominate the quarterback scene, we can dominate the coaching scene. We can dominate the general manager scene. You know what I'm saying? We can run an NFL organization, but the answer to the NFL issue is you need more color and ownership. You only have one minority owner in Shad Khan. One minority owner, one minority general manager, and 4 minority coaches, head coaches. It has to end. You know, they have to find owners of color. So if the Lions end up getting dealt, another team end up getting dealt, they should go out there and get people of color to own a few teams. And I guarantee you it will change. You have to change. And maybe a black NFL commissioner, you know, may help change that as well. Top of the leadership poll. So if they want that to change, that's how you change it. Top of the leadership poll is make some color. Minority, Mexican, whoever. But don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Best way to donate is share the video. I appreciate the love, support, man. And let me know what you guys think about the video. TO to the minority coaches, owners, and general managers.